less than 200 years ago, our colonizers committed the most heinous atrocities against our race as they used the deadly recipe of sex trafficking and slavery to destroy our people. These cornucopias of delights that once sweetened the honeypots of the British and have brought its nation to its knees is now an economic indigestion. Today, these S words are still the sugar mills of the criminal underworld. The dual transgressions of slavery and sex trafficking continues to act as a pyorrhea and leave streaks of blood stains across the wings of our airways as it did across the sterns and bows of our seas. It is the worst crime ever committed against humanity, as black people were uprooted from their homelands and planted in unfamiliar places on the other side of the world during the Trans-Atlantic slave trade. Today, our people, and in particular boys and girls, continue to be the subject of this indignation. Sex trafficking, which is perpetrated by our colonizers, is now committed by our own people on our own shores. Our children are pawns to local and international buyers as they plunder, rape, and extort their innocence. The act of slavery, which is entwined with sex trafficking, has cast our people into abject fear and regrettable pain that will be hard to erase from our past. But how do we deal with these vociferous S's? Like the dreaded coronavirus, the acquisition of illicit gains spread like a wildfire throughout our communities, despite the government's stringent anti-crime measures. The evidence of criminality continues to show in the questionably lavish lifestyles of some at the expense of the masses. Our ancestors would cringe to learn that their generation is still under the same system, even as we plead for reparations from the British. It is truly sad that each of us is close to someone who was either a victim or an active participant of these crimes. I believe those who participate in any act of sex trafficking and slavery and any form of illicit gains deserve the maximum penalty prescribed under the law. Regrettably, the intermingled S words in our society is no longer a secret but a sacrilege, and the blood of our young ones is the price we pay to keep the wheels of the S economy rolling. Sex trafficking, slavery, and illicit gains, when combined, continue to be the worst transactional business in history and in our current economy. As we petition for reparations for the atrocities carried out by our colonial masters, we urge the local and international authorities to put a big dent in this inhumane trade. With the recent appointment of our Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Andrew Holiness, to Her Majesty's Privy Council, could it be our plea for reparations from the British for these actions be compromised? This is Ossie, and that's what's on my mind as me chat my mind.